Well, if we talk about the physical benefits of celibacy, if you ask me about that, I would say I would definitely be dead if I did not have celibacy. Um, Simply something that you don't learn spending most of your time with your mother, very little time with your father, and like in my childhood, that was never taught to me that uh, that I have to absolutely avoid pornography, masturbation, and sex with women to stay healthy or go to hell. And I think that's something that it's pretty serious when we talk about hell. It's real. Hell is real, and you feel really, really bad, and you're not going to a good place when you have your mind in the gutter and you're using that Pharisee pornography. So I went to China and I had total freedom. In China, there's no law, and obviously there's women everywhere, and you can do anything you want in China. And it was in China that I realized that this sex thing, masturbation thing is it's really bad news. And I was going to die pretty much. I had all of my whole body was just a mess. I had all kinds of physical problems. I can't even remember all of the physical problems. I maybe had 12 different serious illnesses when I was in China. And it's true, China is really polluted. It's a very stressful environment. It's really noisy, and it makes you sick because you can't go to sleep. Many problems in China. But it's your testicles and the sperm, but the energy is sperm before it even becomes sperm. That prana and energy is essential to maintain the male body. You have to have that always repairing the damage, the problem. If you can't get to sleep at night and the next day your body needs to recover, well, what is that power? Where do you get that power to recover from a bad night's sleep? Where do you get that power? Well, for a man, that comes from the testicles. So you have to be very much in control of your creative energy as a man to be healthy. Now, I had all of these problems, and I was not recovering, and I didn't know why. I wanted my spiritual freedom more than anything else, and I tried Nofap, for a month, and that just totally changed me. It completely changed me. But I needed to change all of my habits. I needed to change everything in order to be celibate. The 1 month really. So I don't know what all these problems were. I can't say what all of them were. I had problems, let me say, with my skin, my teeth, my joints, a lot of things. And after trying for a month, I had more of a spiritual experience. I understood that I was getting a lot of new energy and I was feeling much, much better. It was not yet understood to be a physical thing. But then I started keeping a diary, and that's really how I got all of my habits in order. So every evening I would write how my day went and what I was doing, and I would plan the next day. So I would also, every night I would have to confront what I did that day. Was it what I planned to do the day before? So I have to plan things out, and I have to reflect back on what I did that day. Was I doing well in my enterprise of chastity? And I kept that diary for 2 years. So the first 2 years were difficult enough that I had to really keep a close eye on myself and to talk to God every night. I wrote my diary to God, like, because it's much more important what he thinks than what you think. And I think I cured all of those things except one, which was sort of a digestion problem that I had. And the digestion problem felt a bit better after the first few months, but I had to wait a long time. Then the prostate. The prostate is an interesting male organ. The prostate is something that if you've used it, it takes a lot of damage. So after you try celibacy the first time, your prostate will probably feel sore. And that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. That means your prostate is healing. And you have to have patience about that. You need at least 1 month, but maybe 3 months to wait. My prostate was really, really sore, and I couldn't even really sit down for a month. But I kept the faith. I understood that my body was healing, and that's a really important thing. It's not to see it as a bad sign, but as a good sign. And the regeneration of the male body absolutely requires this creative energy, and I'm really sorry that I discovered it only when I was 31, 32 years old, you know. So now I've been celibate for 13 years, and I'm 44 years old, and I feel really good. I work really hard on the land, and I've earned all my money, my property, and I'm much better off than my peers. People of the same age as me have a lot less going for them, and I don't have to work very much for money. I make less than 3,000 euro per year, and I already own my house. I own my property. I'm self-sufficient for heating, for water, and some of my food.